Welcome back to Living Local. It can be a tough topic to discuss, but as mental health conditions rise in prominence in our country, so do the number of suicides. It's actually the 10th leading cause of death here in the U.S., with on average 129 suicides happening every day. As these numbers climb, advocates want to increase awareness by letting people know they are not alone and there are resources available. A local riding club is joining in on the efforts to increase awareness and prevention of suicide. And two members join us here today. Joining us in studio, Gary Schutt and Mike Geyssens with the Forged Alliance Riding Club. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us, Zane.
Thank you.
So let's talk about your organization first. So the Forged Alliance Riding Club, how did it all start?
It originally started in New York in 2006. It's a national family-oriented club doing good community stuff. We started our chapter here in 2015.
Ah, okay. So you've just been around a few years.
Yes.
Now. All right. So what's actually the purpose of the group? What are you doing?
Our main goal is to promote a good image to the public of motorcycling, and that not all motorcyclists are bad. We do a lot of good community service stuff, and that's kind of the image we want to get out there.
Just trying to change the negative stereotypes that have evolved over the past few decades or so. Okay, how did you both personally get involved in the group?
Well, I originally started our chapter here.
Okay.
I was in a different club some time ago and didn't like the way that it was going. I got out. I was looking for something that was more family-oriented, community-oriented, and I found this club and I talked to them. It sounded like something I wanted to get involved in, and so I started up this chapter.
Okay, how about you, Mike?
I have a couple friends, and Gary was a good friend of my uncle's. So over the years, I've rode motorcycles with him time and time again, and I just wound up back, in with the group.
Just kind of got roped in over time. Who else can be involved in the club? I'm assuming you have to be a motorcycle rider. No, yes.
Yeah, most generally.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you
ride.
ride. Yeah. Doesn't matter what you ride, whether you ride a Harley or a Honda or a Yamaha or whatever. You're required to have a motorcycle endorsement and insurance, but other than that, basically anybody can come and be in the club. We just ask that you hang around with us for a little while, ride with us, we get to know you, and then you're in.
How often do you guys have rides and events and things like that?
We hold just one event a year, but we ride whenever we can get together and whenever the weather permits.
Yeah.
It's been kind of rough so far this year. But.
Exactly. Speaking of events, you guys have a special one coming up in June along this topic of mental health awareness. Tell me about that.
This will be our third year. We hold a Ride to Fight Suicide. And what we do is we have a benefit run, usually roughly about 120 miles. We have a live auction, we have silent auctions, we have raffles, 50-50 drawings, we have some merchandise that we sell, just to raise up funds and bring awareness to the community that it's a serious matter and it needs to be brought up.
Right, just talking about it obviously is an important thing, and raising money too as well. How did you actually come up with the idea of starting this event? Because it's motorcycle riding and mental health awareness, it's a different combination.
Yeah. Our very first year, we were looking for some kind of benefit to hold. And some of us are vets, and we thought about that, but there's so many organizations that have benefits for the vets. And as it turns out, we have 3 of our members. 2 of them have lost sons, and 1 lost a sister to suicide. And I had a good friend of mine that committed suicide. So we thought, this would be a good thing to go and support. At that time, there was nobody out there really that was doing anything to promote, suicide awareness and prevention. And so we jumped on the bandwagon, and so far it's been pretty good for us.
So with the money raised from the ride coming up in June, where does that go?
We donate to Spark, which is an organization. There's 2 ladies that run it, Inga Hardy and Margie Boy, and they're doing work in the communities, in the schools, bring awareness. We donate to them. We also donate to the Quilts of Valor, which gives quilts out to the veterans suffering from PTSD. And we donate to the AFSP, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, their Out of Darkness walk here in the Quad Cities.
So suicide prevention and mental health in general, why is it so important that we talk about these issues? I'm guessing because we just don't talk about them enough?
Well, that's the biggest problem. The minute you go in and talk about depression, and that it's labeled as a mental illness, and the minute you say mental illness, then people back off and they go, well, I'm not crazy.
Right,
I'm not crazy. Well, it had nothing to do with being crazy. You know, depression can be caused by anything, imbalance in your hormones or whatever. And so what we want to do is we want to get people talking about it. Let them know that there's help out there. Talk to somebody. That's all you got to do. Pick up a phone, call. If you got a good friend that you confide in, you know, and you're feeling like you can't do anything, you know, there's no place to go, just go and talk. Talk to somebody. Maybe by talking, that'll go and you'll realize that, well, my problems aren't as bad as what I thought they were.
At least start somewhere.
Yes.
All right, so the ride coming up in June, how can people get involved with that?
Well, we have our sign up is at the Grease Monkey Sports Bar and Grill from 9 to 11. Come in. It's $10 per person, and go on the ride. We have raffle tickets that we're selling. We're giving away 2 meat bundles, and all that money goes to help support the cause. They can call me, and you know, for any information they want.
Okay.
And I'll help them as much as I can.
All right. Gary, Mike, thanks for coming in today. Again, if you're interested in taking part in the Ride to Fight Suicide, it's coming up June 22nd at Grease Monkey Sports Bar and Grill in Kelowna, like we just talked about, $10 a person, and sign-in starts at 9. Hopefully the weather is better by then. Also, if you are thinking about suicide, worried about a friend or loved one, or would like emotional support, the Lifeline Network is available 24/7. Just call 1-800-273-TALK or visit suicidepreventionlifeline.org. We'll have more details posted on ourquadcities.com. More Living Local is coming up next.